What if you could vanish into the night, slip past the world's most advanced defenses, and strike a target thousands of miles away? On June 21, 2025, the US did just that with Operation Midnight Hammer, a jaw-dropping mission to hit Iran's nuclear strongholds at Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. Picture 6 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers, cloaked in darkness, carrying 30,000-pound bombs that can punch through mountains. How do you orchestrate a strike this bold, dodging radar, missiles, and fighter jets across continents? Join us as we unravel this high-stakes operation from clever deceptions to earth-shattering impacts, and discover how the US pulled off a modern military masterpiece that left the world in awe. On June 21, 2025, the United States launched Operation Midnight Hammer, a precision strike aimed at crippling Iran's nuclear program by targeting its three key facilities: Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. This wasn't just a show of force. It was a carefully choreographed operation involving 125 aircraft, with 6 B-2 Spirit stealth bombers leading the charge from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. These bombers, designed to be invisible to radar, carried the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator, a bomb built to destroy deeply buried bunkers. The air assault was backed by 30 cruise missiles fired from US nuclear submarines in the Arabian Sea, targeting Iran's nuclear infrastructure with devastating accuracy. The mission's goal was to halt Iran's uranium enrichment capabilities, focusing on sites critical to its nuclear ambitions. This operation required flawless coordination, from mid-air refueling to electronic warfare, all while navigating Iran's formidable air defenses. It was a global effort, leveraging bases in Qatar, Diego Garcia, and possibly Guam, showcasing the US' ability to project power across the world. Let's dive into the mission, breaking it down into its most thrilling phases. The operation began in the quiet pre-dawn hours at Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri, where 7 B-2 Spirit bombers took to the skies. Each was loaded with 2 GBU-57 bombs, massive 30,000-pound weapons designed to penetrate fortified targets. To outsmart Iran's intelligence, the US split the bombers into 2 groups. A decoy force flew west toward US outposts like Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean or Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, while the main strike group headed east for Iran, embarking on a 37-hour round-trip mission spanning thousands of miles. This deception was a masterstroke. The decoy group confused Iranian radar operators, global flight trackers, and even media outlets, buying precious time for the strike force to approach undetected. The B-2s, with their radar-absorbing skin, blended into the night, their sleek forms invisible to prying eyes. Mid-air refueling, the mission's backbone. The B-2 Spirit is a fuel-hungry machine, and a mission of this magnitude required meticulous planning. KC-135 Stratotankers, carrying 20,000 gallons of fuel, enough to fill 2,000 SUVs, waited in friendly airspace over Saudi Arabia and Qatar. These tankers met the B-2s over the Persian Gulf, performing mid-air refueling in a high-stakes operation protected by F-18 Super Hornets and EA-18 Growlers. Refueling mid-flight is like threading a needle at 30,000 feet. The B-2s connected to the tankers via a rotary refueling system, gulping fuel while maintaining stealth. The Growlers were crucial, blasting electronic noise to jam Iranian radar and communication systems, creating a protective shield around the strike group. The tanker crews, often unsung heroes, knew their role was the linchpin of the mission's success. Iran's air defenses are no pushover, with MiG-29s, F-14 Tomcats, and surface-to-air missile sites ready to strike. The B-2s countered this threat by climbing to extreme altitudes, their radar-absorbing materials rendering them nearly invisible. But stealth wasn't enough. F-18 Super Hornets and F-22 Raptors escorted the bombers, poised to engage any Iranian jets that dared approach. EA-18 Growlers disrupted Iranian communications with static, throwing ground controllers into disarray. As the B-2s neared Iranian airspace, they faced a critical choice: launch standoff missiles from a safe distance or drop GBU-57 bombs directly onto fortified targets. For Fordo, buried under 200 meters of rock, only the GBU-57 could deliver the necessary punch. Airborne Warning and Control System (AWACS) aircraft orbiting offshore, monitored Iranian radar, and guided U.S. fighters, ensuring the strike group stayed one step ahead. At 2:10 a.m. Iran time, the lead B-2 released 2 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators over Fordo. Over the next 25 minutes, 14 of these bombs slammed into Fordo and Natanz, ripping through their underground complexes with devastating force. Simultaneously, 30 cruise missiles from U.S. submarines struck Isfahan, targeting surface structures and knocking out power to critical centrifuge operations. The GBU-57, or Bunker Buster, is a technological marvel. Weighing 30,000 pounds and guided by 4 lattice fins, it can penetrate 200 feet of reinforced concrete, equivalent to a 20-story building. Its dual fuses, one for G-sensing, one for time delay, ensure it detonates deep inside hardened targets, creating a mini earthquake to collapse bunkers. Made from a high-performance steel alloy, the bomb uses gravity to dig through soil or concrete, delivering its payload with unmatched precision. Satellite imagery later confirmed the damage. 3 of Fordo's 4 main tunnel entrances were cratered, and Natanz's above-ground facilities were reduced to rubble. Isfahan suffered major disruptions, with power outages crippling its 50,000 centrifuges, per the Nuclear Threat Initiative. The cruise missiles, launched from submarines, broke the water's surface, deployed wings, and struck with surgical accuracy, targeting ventilation systems and power grids. After delivering their payloads, the B-2s turned westward, slipping out of Iranian airspace. Iran's SAM sites, reactivated in a frantic bid to retaliate, fired salvos into the sky, but U.S. decoys and Growler jamming rendered them ineffective. Over Iraq, the B-2s met tankers again, refueling under the protection of F-22 Raptors. Their sensors scanned for threats as the bombers vanished into the night, returning to base without a single loss. This silent retreat was as critical as the strike itself, showcasing the B-2's unmatched stealth. The B-2 Spirit was the star of Operation Midnight Hammer, and its technology is a testament to human ingenuity. Let's break down what makes this bomber so extraordinary. The B-2's design is a stealth masterpiece. It has no vertical stabilizers, which would reflect radar waves, relying instead on split drag rudders, 2 panels that create drag to steer. Its body, made of radar-absorbing materials, RAM, like fiberglass epoxy and graphite epoxy, keeps it off enemy radar. The titanium crew station and fiberglass polyamide components handle engine heat while maintaining stealth. The B-2's $1 billion radar paint technology, though classified, uses advanced polymers to absorb radar waves. Applied to the aircraft's surface, this coating, combined with its flying wing shape, makes the B-2 a ghost in the sky. Even the wing edges, crafted from fiberglass epoxy, scatter radar signals, ensuring the bomber remains undetected. The B-2 can carry a staggering 40,000 pounds of ordnance. For this mission, it deployed the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator. But its capabilities don't stop there. It can hold 80 Mark 82 bombs, each 500 pounds, or 16 AGM-158 missiles, costing $1.5 million each. These missiles, with a 230-mile range, unfold their wings after launch, guided by military-grade GPS for precision strikes. The B-2's rotary weapon system allows it to switch payloads discreetly, adapting to any mission. The GBU-57, used against Fordo, is a beast. Its 30,000-pound frame, guided by 4 lattice fins, uses gravity to penetrate 200 feet of concrete. Its dual fuses ensure detonation at the perfect moment, collapsing bunkers with devastating force. This bomb's ability to strike deep underground was critical to tackling Iran's fortified sites. The B-2's range is a staggering 12,000 miles with mid-air refueling, allowing it to stay airborne for 44 hours, nearly 2 days. This endurance, made possible by KC-135 Stratotankers, extends the B-2's reach deep into hostile territory. Designed to penetrate Russian airspace during the Cold War, the B-2 can fly 6,900 miles without refueling, doubling that with tankers. This capability made it the perfect weapon for a mission spanning continents. Fordo is Iran's most fortified nuclear site, buried under a mountain ridge with 6 tunnel entrances leading to an enrichment chamber 200 meters inside. The terrain is a natural fortress with a gentle slope near the entrances that steepens 160 meters from the ridge. To hit the main chamber, a bomb must penetrate 40 meters of solid rock at a precise angle, a task beyond most weapons. Israel had targeted Fordo since June 13, 2025, using its own bunker-busting bombs, but they only damaged ventilation shafts and surface structures. The US's GBU-57, delivered by the B-2, was the only weapon capable of reaching Fordo's core. Its 200-foot penetration depth disrupted uranium enrichment operations, dealing a major blow to Iran's nuclear program. Natanz and Isfahan were more vulnerable to cruise missile strikes. Natanz's 50,000 centrifuges, housed in above-ground buildings, were crippled when missiles knocked out power systems. Isfahan's surface facilities took heavy damage, with ventilation systems and power grids destroyed. However, their underground components remained a tougher target, highlighting the B-2's unique role. The challenge wasn't just physical. Reports suggest Iran moved hundreds of trucks carrying centrifuges from Fordo days before the strike, possibly tipped off by intelligence leaks or flight trackers. This underscored the difficulty of maintaining secrecy in a world where every move is watched. Operation Midnight Hammer was a strategic triumph, blending deception, technology, and coordination. The US leveraged Allied bases in Qatar, at Diego Garcia, and possibly Guam to stage its aircraft, extending its reach across the globe. The decoy group of B-2s diverted attention, while EA-18 Growlers blinded Iranian radar with electronic warfare. KC-135 Stratotankers kept the mission airborne, and F-22 Raptors ensured its safety. The operation's success hinged on secrecy. By splitting the B-2s and using electronic jamming, the US kept Iran's defenses off balance. The simultaneous strikes, 14 GBU-57 bombs and 30 cruise missiles, overwhelmed Iran's ability to respond, creating chaos and maximizing impact. This multi-layered approach showcased the US's ability to execute complex missions with precision. The mission also highlighted the importance of Allied partnerships. Bases in Qatar and Diego Garcia provided critical launch points, while AWACS aircraft coordinated from international waters. This global network was key to projecting power and ensuring the B-2s could strike and return safely. Operation Midnight Hammer was more than a military strike. It was a bold move to derail Iran's nuclear ambitions. Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan are the backbone of Iran's uranium enrichment program, with Natanz alone capable of housing 50,000 centrifuges, according to the Nuclear Threat Initiative. Disrupting these sites was a significant setback for Iran's ability to produce weapons-grade uranium. The operation wasn't without challenges. Iran's preemptive move to relocate centrifuges from Fordo suggests they may have anticipated the strike, possibly due to intelligence leaks or flight tracking. This cat-and-mouse game underscores the complexity of modern warfare, where secrecy is as vital as firepower. The mission's success was a testament to the US's military prowess. From decoy flights to electronic warfare, mid-air refueling to precision strikes, every element was executed flawlessly. The fact that no aircraft were lost speaks to the skill of the pilots, crews, and planners who made it happen. Operation Midnight Hammer was a stunning display of stealth, strategy, and sheer power. The B-2 Spirit bombers, with their cutting-edge technology and devastating bombs, proved why they're a cornerstone of US military might. From the silent takeoff in Missouri to the thunderous strikes in Iran, this mission showed what's possible when ingenuity and precision collide. What's next for Iran's nuclear program? Will these strikes lead to lasting change, or are we just witnessing the opening act of a larger drama? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.